Hello Ring Steel Nation. Today we're going to be upgrading the trigger in our Bergara B14 rimfire with the TriggerTech Special. Stay tuned. So today we're going to take a look at this TriggerTech Special trigger that I picked up. This trigger is supposed to be adjustable from 1.5 pounds to 3.5 pounds. I've never owned a TriggerTech trigger, so I'm really anxious to get this into our B14R and see if we can get some improvement in our rifle. So what we'll do first here is let's put the rifle on the bench, and then we'll do a few pulls with the gauge and see kind of where it's at, and we'll do a before and after. Give me 1 second, let me get all this set up. So guys, here's our Bergara B14 rimfire. We're going to just check the trigger pull on the stock trigger here. Since this Bergara needs to have a snap cap or something in it to keep it from damaging the fire pin, we'll go ahead and do that. Here's empty shell casing here, and that's just what I use. We'll just slip it into the magazine, run it forward. There we go. Okay, so the first pull, that is just over 2 pounds. It looks like 2 pounds, 2 ounces. Two pounds, 4 ounces. Two pounds, 2 ounces. And that one is 2 pounds, 4 ounces. So you can see we're right around 2 pounds, 2 ounces, 2 pounds, 4 ounces in that area. We'll go ahead and tear this down and get this new trigger installed. This is the TriggerTech Special. Just real quick, we'll just do a quick unboxing here. This is really nicely machined. I'm pretty impressed. It's all polished here on the stainless bits. It's all enclosed pretty nicely. It doesn't look like dirt's going to get in here. Here's the weight adjustment on the trigger. I've already pulled it all the way up to its lowest setting, which means I've moved the adjustment screw all the way out, and then in 3 clicks is what they're recommending for the lowest setting. So we'll take a look at that. You can see I also got the flat trigger shoe. I think the flat trigger shoes give me just a little bit more feedback. I can feel the flatness here and know whether or not my finger is correctly positioned on the trigger flat versus at an angle potentially. That might cause you to push or pull the trigger. You'll see here if you're this way, you'll feel it. If you're this way, you'll feel it. But if your trigger's just flat on that shoe, you'll be able to feel that the finger's exactly flat, and that'll help you pull the trigger straight back. So just a little bit more feedback than a standard curved shoe will give you. Also, it has this this little detent or little piece that's kind of sticking up on the end here, so I can feel that on my finger and get kind of low on it, and that'll give me just a little bit more leverage to pull the trigger back. So that's why I select the flat shoes. I've got these on my ARs, and I really enjoy a flat shoe. So let's get this installed. What we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and install this trigger. First, we're just going to make sure that the gun is safe, magazine's out, bolts back. I'm going to do a visual inspection on the chamber, and there's nothing in there. I'm not going to actually show you guys how to install this, but I'm going to leave the camera rolling so you can kind of see what goes on here. If you want to see the actual installation of this, you can definitely go on the TriggerTech website. They've got a good video on installing this trigger. So I'll just leave the camera rolling here and let's get started. You can see here is the stock Bergara trigger. You know, like I said, it's a nice trigger. It is opened. You know, dirt can get into there. You can see here I have the adjustment screw here completely removed. For comparison, okay guys, so our trigger is installed. We'll go ahead and get this back into the chassis and we'll run some tests on it. Okay, it's back into the chassis. Pretty simple installation. Took about, I don't know, 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more than 5 minutes to install. Let's just function check it. I'm going to put the gun in safe. No issues there. We're going to put it in fire and it's firing just fine. I do have a spent casing in there for the firing pin. Okay, that's feeling pretty good. Let's take a look at the weight, see where we ended up with this one. Whoa, that's under a pound. Let's do that again. Okay, per my scale, this is reading 12 ounces. That pull was 14 ounces. That pull was 14 ounces. Very consistent trigger pull right at 14 ounces. That one is 12 ounces. Let's do one more. That one again was at 12 ounces. So yeah, we're under a pound here, so that's pretty exciting. I might set this up a little bit to 1 pound, but I think we'll go ahead and shoot it like this and see what it feels like. Let me get my hand on it. Oh yeah, very light. All right, I'll see you guys out on the range. Hey there, Ringstill Nation. We are at the range right now, and I've already shot about 100 rounds at some targets downrange, and I thought I'd just give you a little bit of feedback on this trigger. So the trigger is excellent. There is zero creep in this thing. It's funny, as you're shooting it, you know, it just feels, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. It feels slightly different. It feels not soft, but crisp. It, you know, something about the sear engagement on a standard trigger where you've got two flat surfaces that are kind of coming off of each other. And this one with the round peg or whatever they've got inside this trigger, it feels just slightly different. And it not in a bad way at all. It just feels smoother, but there's no creep and it breaks real clean and fast. It just feels slightly different. So I don't really know how to explain it other than I really like the trigger. It is set currently, I think you guys saw it, 12 ounces. That's where I kind of left it. It could be just a little bit lighter for me, but you know, 12 ounces is really good. 12 to 14 ounces, I think, is where it's at, but it's still really good. It has definitely helped the gun. That was the biggest problem that I was running into, was the trigger at 2.5 pounds or just over 2 pounds was just really heavy for some good groups. So anyway, let's shoot it. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this or not, but I tried to get in. We're on my Caldwell shooting rest. I've got my Armageddon, what is this? This is my Schmedium bag here, Schmedium. I just like to say Schmedium. So anyway, let's put a few rounds downrange here. I feel a very defined wall as I lay my finger on the trigger. There is no wiggle or anything in there. It just, I don't know, when it breaks, the roll off there is really nice. It just, I don't know how else to explain it. It just feels different. Let's load up 5 more here. I'm shooting the Federal target grade. This is, better count these. This is for the video on all the ammo that we're doing right now. So I'm just running through my 25 siders right now just to kind of see where we're shooting. And like with all the flat face triggers, you know, you got this little piece that juts out here on the bottom. I can feel right where that is, and that locates my finger in the right spot every time. I can feel whether or not my finger is flat. Like right now it's not flat. I'm pulling it back there, now it's flat on the trigger. I have read some reviews that say that the trigger feels like half pound lighter than it is. I do not get that sensation at all. It feels like it's where it is, 12 ounces. But I think what they might be feeling is just the way it breaks, the way it lets off. It's just different in a very good way. I'll be honest, I'll probably be buying TriggerTech triggers from now on. There's a TriggerTech Diamond. I actually debated about whether or not I should buy that TriggerTech Diamond down to 4 ounces. I can tell you this, that extra $100 for the Diamond would not allow me to shoot any better. I'm not saying it's not worth the extra $100. I'm just saying in my case, I find that the value here on the Special is very good. I wished I had a way to do like some kind of slow motion deal so you can see it. But I just don't have anything like that. One of the things as the trigger gets lighter that I've noticed on 22s, and I don't know if you guys notice the same thing, I can actually see the round in flight with the better trigger. You know, I'm getting it back, following through, and then releasing. And for whatever reason, I've always been able to see the 22 in flight just a little bit better with a better trigger. Here, we'll shoot 5 more here. You guys will see this on the video when we look at all the different rounds that we've shot in here. This Federal target grade, this box of 325 is not shooting well at all. Those are all over the place. It's got to be a 2 MOA group that I just shot. Yeah, these rounds are not shooting worth the crap. But the video's not about the ammo It's about this trigger. And I would not hesitate to buy another one of these. Yeah, so I really like the trigger. It's super great upgrade for this Bergara B14R. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. One thing, I'm putting a graphic up right now. A majority of you that are watching the video are not subscribed to the channel. And if I could ask one favor from everybody is please subscribe to the channel. You guys subscribing to this channel really helps us to determine if the information that I'm showing you guys is stuff you guys want to see. Number two, it helps us with our analytics within the YouTube algorithm, and it should allow us to get more views too. I don't have the graphic in front of me, but it's over 90% of the individuals that are coming to the site are not subscribed. So do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button if you like what you've seen. I'll keep putting out videos. Very soon we'll be putting out the video on the ammo in this gun. So anyway, everybody stay safe, happy shooting. We'll talk to you soon.